Any of you have any thoughts on digital currency and the plans that the federal government has to impose that on us, where anonymity of transactions will be gone because cash allows for anonymous transactions? Digital currency will not, and it actually could lead to controlling the kinds of transactions that occur in this country. Elaine?
With Representative Dustin Manwaring, introduced House Bill 585, and it was a huge fight on the floor. It supported digital mining in Idaho. It restricted government overreach against these particular businesses, and it also prohibited central bank digital currency to be, for the state to participate in any way with the central bank digital currency. That bill was defeated on the House floor. So I plan on bringing back just the central bank digital currency portion of that in this next session, and we'll work on the digital asset, digital mining in the future. So,
a small win in this realm, I worked with Representative Heather Scott on H417, which is a Cash Protection Act, and that forces the state of Idaho to take cash. So the state of Idaho couldn't move that direction, partially because we require them to take cash, and I think that was a small win in that area.
So the previous question was, what's the greatest threat to our freedom? Well, I think it's our own ignorance. And I think we're ignorant as to what money is. Money is no different than a carpenter's hammer or saw or a mechanic's wrench. Money facilitates economic transactions. Money has to have value in and of itself. And money is gold and silver. And it's the most convenient form of money. It could also be tobacco. It could be colored beads. But we in the Western cultures have found that gold and silver seems to work the best. But digital currencies are not money. There's been a few states that have outlawed them as official legal tender, I guess you might say. And Idaho needs to do that. We need to follow the footsteps of the states that have already done that.
Go ahead, Jamie.
If I may, sorry.
Oh, sure.
All right. The day they do away with cash, we become slaves. And that's a simple fact. I will point out that there are a lot of things moving toward that end, and this needs to be fought with everything we have to fight it. This is evil. It's come from the dark side. Of those of you, I'm sure most of you read Revelation chapter 13, where no one can buy or sell without a mark. Once you do away with cash, that door's wide open. So cash is our freedom. We need to hold on to that as long and as hard as we can, because currently you can travel across the country with cash and you're fine. If you take your credit card, you're tracked everywhere you go. And if you take your phone, you're tracked with the cash too. But nonetheless, that's another issue. Anyway, but we need to fight this. It's an evil idea, and it's designed to enslave us all.
During this last legislative session, we had a constitutional lawyer, Catherine Fitz, that came and talked to us about this very issue. And we, in general, knew about the importance of cash. However, she proposed a scenario that I'd like you to think about. Think about another issue of COVID popping up, another pandemic, and the entire state of Idaho was shut down. The governor got to decide which businesses or religious institutions were essential and which were not. Imagine this scenario where we have another situation like that, where you're told that you cannot travel any more than 5 miles from your house. Now, with digital currency, you can do geofencing. So if you try and spend cash to buy gasoline 6 miles from your house, or buying groceries 7 miles from your house, your credit can be shut off, and that's how they will control you. There's also movements throughout the United States for these smart cities, where the city will be divided into quadrants. And you need permission from the city council or some other government agency to cross over from your sector to another one. This is no different than what happened after World War II with East Berlin and West Berlin. This is the direction we're heading if we don't have cash. One other thing too, since the inflation is increasing at such a rapid rate, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing can run off paper money as fast as they can run the presses, and it's not limited just their presses, they can contract that out. So paper money is becoming more and more worthless. If you're interested in prepping, I recommend that you even look at just the regular slug coins that we have that don't even have precious metal in them anymore, because those will be worth a whole lot more than paper money. Paper money you can roll off like toilet paper from the printing presses, and that's about what it'll be worth. The coins, even though they don't have any precious metal, will have some intrinsic value only because they can't keep running them off ad infinitum. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Thank you.